Okay, wait. If you guys are really us, what number are we thinking of? 69, dudes!
Welcome to episode, 69
Oh, fuck you.
of the Character Unlock podcast. Yeah. I can't help it. It had to be done.
It did, and I'm really disappointed it was you that got to win it.
I don't know how it happened. At some point, I was doing all the even numbers, and then something's happened, and now I'm doing all the odd numbers. I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave that, because that means I'm going to get episode 69.
I think it's because one of us was off or something at some point, and it wasn't the most recent one because you got
Yeah.
Mr. Lee to fill in. Maybe you should get Lee to... Actually, it might have been that one. I think it might have been...
No, that was 2 episodes ago. I would have been hosting that one anyway.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
there must have been a time somewhere where one of us had to host an episode, the other one didn't, when the other one was supposed to.
Yeah. I think it might have been E3. I think E3 might have fucked it up.
E3 fucks up everything.
Yeah. I don't need to do introductions now because we've both just started chatting, and as you can tell, I'm hosting, me, and joining me, as always, is my good buddy John. John, mate, how are you?
I'm pretty good, mate. All good over here. Happy as we could fucking be.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that. It's only Wednesday, and it's been a long fucking week.
It's approximately halfway through.
Holy shit, it's only Wednesday.
Yeah, you're not wrong. George Carlin would be proud.
He would. I think he is, somewhere. But yeah, so you're all good then, mate, yeah?
Yeah,
Good.
pretty happy, pretty chill. You know, decent.
Good. This, you know what, mate? I reckon this is going to be a kind of quiet, reserved episode 69.
Yeah, exactly what you'd expect.
Because I'll be honest, mate, I've been so fucking busy. I've barely played any games. The only game I've played, I've talked about at length for the last year and a half. So I don't think I have anything. Don't think I have anything fresh to say about it. And you know, news-wise, there ain't that much going on. Because we're only 3 weeks away from E3, so everything's dying down.
Everything's dying down. No one wants to release too much stuff before E3, apart from the stuff that needs to be strategically leaked prior to E3.
Yeah.
And the fact that Sony don't have any announcements for E3, so they just came out with it with their latest announcement, which was like, yeah, fuck it, have this.
Yeah. Well, this I was supposed to just crack on. So Sony, probably, you know, out of the left field a little bit, have come out with this PlayStation Productions.
Yep.
PlayStation Productions. It's a arm of the PlayStation brand designed specifically, or opened up specifically to adapt their games and their property into TV and film.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
It depends. It depends entirely on what they're going to do. If they're going to do Ratchet and Clank again, then it's going to be fucking dire. But if they just take the premise of a video game rather than just copy and pasting the fucking story,
Yeah.
kind of like with Assassin's Creed, where they didn't copy paste the story, they just took the idea and gave it something original.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Assassin's Creed was good,
I am saying Assassin's Creed was good. I enjoyed Assassin's Creed, man.
but it's much better than just copy pasting the fucking story of a video game, which pretty much half of the goddamn films these days that come out of anything that's not an original story just copy and paste.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong.
It kind of, if they do it right, it could be Marvel Studios. If they do it wrong, it's DC WB.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I'm seeing it. Is that it's either they do it right in Marvel Studios, you know, and you end up with a new, excuse me, MCU style. We've got a massive library. Because Sony do have a massive fucking library
Oh yeah.
of original stories, original characters, just in general,
Yeah.
everything that they've got hold of. Although we will end up with a Parappa the Rapper TV show for
Yeah.
kids.
As long as it's animated and it's fun,
Well, it
I'm
could just
okay
be.
with that.
To be fair, Parappa the Rapper would work. You just make it like a kids music dance show.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
The God of War films though that have been leaked and teased multiple times in the past now actually probably will happen.
yeah. I see. I can't imagine those being good.
No, because apart from maybe Tom Hardy, there's no one to play Kratos.
To be honest about this, we've had the God of War movie. It was called Clash of the Titans. It was not good.
Or
No,
Percy Jackson.
the original Clash of Titans was a classic. The remade Clash of the Titans was not good.
And the sequel that didn't even star half the same cast.
No.
Because they were too busy.
But if they can get Clancy Brown in to voice Hades like they did in God of War, I will be interested. Because I fucking love Clancy Brown, and I will watch
Everyone
that
loves
man
Clancy Brown.
in anything.
It only just occurred to me that Surtur is Clancy Brown.
Who's Surtur?
In Thor Ragnarok. The Ragnarok character.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Clancy Brown's voice. The voice is Surtur.
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah.
Wow, learn something new every day. That's pretty cool, actually.
You want to watch Thor Ragnarok now, don't you?
I kind of do, yeah. But I don't need an excuse to watch that movie. I think it's awesome.
I think I watched it the other day just for the sake of it. And I think we're actually... I mean, I know I mentioned Marvel Studios earlier, and you mentioning Clancy Brown pretty much just made me think of just the scene with Thor saying, Surtur, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, see, if I'm going to watch a Clancy Brown movie, mate, it's going to be Highlander.
Yeah?
Because I go back just that far.
It really fucking tickles me that I've watched so many, like, cartoons growing up, obviously, and as I've gotten older, where simple things like Clancy Brown's voice has just followed me everywhere, from being Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob Pet SquarePants to being Lex fucking Luthor in Justice League cartoons. It's fucking hilarious. It's like once you hear his voice and then you associate it to that, and then all of a sudden you start hearing his voice in other places, and you just go, yeah, this looks a lot more hilarious with Mr. Krabs being the one doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a voice in Troll Hunters as well, the Guillermo del Toro animated thing on Netflix. He's fucking awesome. I love Clancy Brown.
I'm trying to think of other Clancy Brown films.
Oh, I can do this all day. He's Major Schoonover in the first season of The Punisher.
He is indeed. Wow.
He
That was
was
awesome.
Black Hand in Warcraft: The Beginning.
Haven't seen it. Don't plan on seeing it either.
You
At
lucky,
any moment.
you lucky,
ever.
lucky man.
It's on
I'm,
Channel 4 the other day. As a network premiere.
yeah,
On the plus side, it's a video game film, so it's not so bad talking about it. But yeah, no, Warcraft is never being watched.
he was in The Flash for a few episodes, I think, if I remember rightly.
I do recall seeing him in at least one of the DC TV shows.
Yeah, obviously he was in Highlander. He was a preacher, I think, in Cowboys and Aliens. I fucking loved Cowboys and Aliens.
I think I saw it once, and I'm pretty sure I don't think I ever need to see it again. But at the same time, it was awesome.
I love it. I think it's great. I don't own it, and I kind of wish I did. I might see if it's for sale on like, iTunes or something. I don't need a physical copy, but I wouldn't mind having it on hand to watch.
80% certain it may have just been taken off of Netflix.
God damn it.
I think I've definitely seen it on Netflix or on Amazon Prime Video, but I've not didn't watch it on there, obviously. And then Actually, I might have watched it on Netflix in the past. I think that might have been when I watched it, was because it was on Netflix. I
Yeah.
had nothing else to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he was in The Shawshank Redemption. He was in Starship Troopers. I'm just going to leave it there
Yeah,
because
I think you've done enough.
I'm going to
Clancy
turn this
Brown.
into a movie podcast if I do that.
A Clancy Brown
A
podcast.
Clancy Brown podcast. I'm okay with that as well.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
everybody loves Clancy Brown's voice.
He was. I think he was in the. He was in one of the song bits in Moonwalker as well. But I don't know. I remember him being in it. I can picture him. I'm pretty sure he plays a policeman, but I couldn't tell you what song it was. It's been years since I've seen Moonwalker.
Okay, so I can't. I don't know if I've ever seen Moonwalker.
Lucky. But yeah, Sony. The cynic in me is the Sony Films thing, right?
Yeah.
What's the bet in? You can only get it if you use. You can only get their films and their TV if you use PlayStation TV.
Ooh.
Their TV, at least. I reckon their films they'll try and go theatrical because they need to make money back on them. But TV shows, especially if they do like a Ratchet and Clank TV show, an animated Ratchet and Clank thing, you'll only be able to watch that on PlayStation TV. Yet another goddamn subscription service that I'm not going to pay for.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's me being a complete fucking cynic.
Yeah, I suppose that it will probably end up. You won't end up seeing them on anything. I think. I don't know why so many companies have decided to do their own TV show network subscription services, especially when most of them are only available in one country.
Because money.
But it's things like HBO Go, or whatever it is, HBO,
Yeah.
whatever they call it now. I think it's HBO TV now. But there's all those other fucking networks. Almost every TV network in the States has its own subscription channel service.
Yeah.
Which
So the ones
yeah.
ones I can get behind HBO because HBO have a long-term day and date airing deal with Sky. Love Sky or hate Sky, there is a way for you to watch HBO stuff in the UK.
Yep.
95% of the time, the day of or the day after it airs in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All exactly the same time.
Yeah. And that happens for a lot of HBO stuff. So Westworld does it as well. So Westworld airs at 2 o'clock in the morning too. I record that because I care more about Westworld than I do about Game of Thrones. But also, and then you get things like CBS. I think CBS All Access is where Star Trek is, I believe.
Star Trek?
Discovery.
Isn't that on Netflix?
In the States, it's CBS All Access.
Yeah.
Over here, there is a day and date deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
So we get it the day after, actually, I believe. I don't know, I don't watch Star Trek, I don't really care that much.
No.
But what I care about is the air dates. Now, what fucking annoys me, and I will scream about this until it fucking appears on my goddamn TV, is Hulu. I hate Hulu with a passion. Because there are 2 Hulu TV series, because one of them's not a show. I want to watch Castle Rock. I would gladly pay to watch Castle Rock day and date with the States. Now, usually when it doesn't air over here, I will buy a season pass on iTunes. I do it with Happy. Happy season 2's nearly finished in the States. It's nowhere near the TV over here. I get it on iTunes in the States. No problem. Hulu, you can't. You can't do it with Hulu TV shows.
That's fucking stupid.
So I either need to get a decent VPN and subscribe to Hulu, or I need to wait. I think it took 8 months for Castle Rock to come to Stars in the UK. Do you know how you get Stars in the UK? You pay $7.99 a month to Amazon. It's an Amazon channel. It's the only way you can watch Castle Rock in the UK. Or you can pirate it. And mate, pirating's getting fucking rife. This is ridiculous. Hulu also have a series on monthly. One film a month called Into the Dark. And it's the Into the Dark series. And it's TV movies made by Blumhouse.
Right.
So, the guys that made The Purge and all that kind of shit. So, right up my alley. And each month, or each film, is based on the holiday for that month. So, obviously, it started in October. We had a Halloween episode.
Spooktober.
Yeah, so the Halloween episode's called... this is completely immaterial, but the Halloween episode's called The Body, and it's based on a short by a British director. I saw the short at Fright Fest a few years ago, and it's fucking great. And I've been dying to watch this goddamn movie, and here we are in May, the end of May. It's June next week, and I still haven't been able to watch this fucking film because I'm trying desperately to only watch shit legally. I'm telling you, if I get to Halloween and I'm still trying to fight spoilers, I will just download all these goddamn movies. Because fuck these people. Fuck these people.
You're trying desperately to give them your money and they just don't want it.
I try harder than most people to hand my money over to these guys. Yeah, I will do most things, and I will give weird companies my money so I can watch their stuff and pay the people that make it. But if you're going to make it impossible, apparently Sony TV have the Into the Dark, so they have the UK rights for the Into the Dark series. I read about that in February, and there's still been no word as to whether or not these shows are ever going to appear.
It's going to be another one of those, we own the rights, but we're not going to put it out there.
Well,
it's like,
I bet what actually happens...
Channel 5 did that a while back, where they started buying loads of American TV shows for air rights, and then just mothballed them all.
Yep. I bet what actually happens is they start airing them in October. Month by month, like Hulu are, just a year later.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing that game. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's go back to talking video game movies, I guess, on the fact that Sony. So other IPs that you think we might end up with? Loads of people are talking about The Last of Us, but I don't think that would ever get a TV show or film based on it.
I don't think if a Last of Us film got made, I don't think it would be made by a company like Sony PlayStation Productions. I think that will be handed off to a massive corporation to make. Someone that's got billions to throw at it.
Yeah. Well, Sony have an awful lot of money.
Yeah. Sony Pictures have a fair amount. I would see that going out as a Sony Pictures movie, not a PlayStation Productions movie.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you're right. Maybe PlayStation Productions is going to be the little tiny base.
Yeah.
It's not going to be huge film. Even God of War probably wouldn't end up on it.
But I would go
Unless they
watch
just
The Last
make
of
a
Us
really
movie.
low budget God of War film, like the Far Cry movie.
Yeah. Although, to be honest, The Last of Us film has pretty much already been made.
You mean The Last of Us 2?
No, it was called The Girl with All the Gifts.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
I'll take your word for it.
Go watch The Girl with All the Gifts. It's not scary, I promise.
Right now?
No, don't watch it fucking now, Bellend.
Oh.
It's not scary, but it's a damn fine film. It is a very, very good film. It's based on a book that I have not read. I do want to. But you will watch it and you will go, this is the fucking Last of Us. I sat watching it and I looked at Myra and went, this is the fucking Last of Us. There is no getting away from it. I don't know which one took inspiration from which, but someone stole someone's idea.
Well, let's be fair. It's a pretty well used idea of post-apocalyptic. Loads of people are dead or have become infected, and it turns out there's someone who's immune to the virus.
Oh yeah. I'm being glib. I don't actually think someone stole someone's idea.
I think even the BBC had a TV show with that same premise.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like everyone died except for like 50 people.
Yeah, I would highly recommend The Girl with All the Gifts. Actually, one of the podcasts I listen to regularly is going to be covering The Girl with All the Gifts this week, so I need a rewatch is most definitely on the cards for some point this week. But yeah, that's completely beside the point. The Last of Us movie. You want to watch The Last of Us movie? Go watch The Girl with All the Gifts. Horizon. I'd take a Horizon TV show, I think.
Yeah, that'd probably work more as a TV show than a film. To be fair, most video games should probably work more as a TV show because you can fit 10 hours into a TV show. A film is at most 3.
Yeah.
Unless you're making a epic Marvel film.
Well, yeah, but let's be honest. Endgame was only 3 hours and 2 minutes.
True. Still more than 3 hours on a technicality. But yeah, you want to fit a 3 hour. You want to fit an 80-hour story, or well, let's face it, most story-driven games like God of War, for instance, aren't 80-hour games. They're 20 at most.
I would.
Story content's usually below 18 on most games.
Yeah.
Even the longest games, usually the story itself is at most 18 hours.
See, I'd take a Killzone style TV show, but not necessarily all guns and fighting. I would be quite interested in like Killzone does House of Cards, or maybe more appropriately, Killzone does all those stupid, boring bits from the Phantom Menace.
Okay, so all of the government-based stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wasn't there was a military film that was based on something, and it just ended up being a massive drama rather than an actual fighting thing, despite the fact it was based on something that was supposed to be. Oh shit! I've forgotten what it was now. I think it may have been based on a video game.
No, you've lost me.
Yeah, no, I can't think of it on the top of my head. But it just ended up being like an actual, just like a dramatic thing, take on an event, rather than being the actual event itself.
Yeah. No, you've lost me, mate.
Yeah. Oh well. I'm sure I'll think of it at some point in the distant future. I'm going to stop thinking about it now.
Yeah. What about you? Any you'd like to see from them?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen a fucking played a Sony exclusive game. Especially when you think about it, the Crash Bandicoot's not even a Sony exclusive anymore.
No.
But a Crash Bandicoot film would be funny.
Yeah. I'd take that. I do think I would take a Ratchet and Clank TV show, like the Sonic the Hedgehog TV show from back in the day.
All of the Sonic the Hedgehog TV shows from back in the day.
Yeah.
Because Sonic the Hedgehog's had so many fucking TV shows. As long as it was a different than just the fucking game.
Yeah. And could we just like get the shit out of the way and just get an Until Dawn movie? Like, I'll take all 3 of them, not as one movie because they're 3 very different games, but I want an Until Dawn movie.
Could do it's depending on how much money they're willing to throw at it. You could do an Until Dawn hybrid Bandersnatch thing. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, that'd work.
If choose your own adventure films actually take off,
They won't.
No, they won't. But if they ever did, basing them on certain video games could really fucking work.
Yeah.
Because they do have that exact scenario.
My old girl tried to do the Bandersnatch thing. It came up with a warning telling her TV was too old. The fantastic shit. Her TV's not that old. Oh, fuck you. Kiss my ass, Netflix.
Try and do it on your DVD player.
But yeah, that I don't think that'll take off.
No.
So, was there anything else worth talking about? I don't think there is, mate.
No, pretty sure that no news aside from because that was even 2 weeks ago for that one. Just like more about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Yeah, that was funny. So that all those trailers and that basically hit the same day that the last podcast appeared, and we'd already talked about it. And I was like, oh, now there's actually stuff to talk about. Now I'm sad.
Yeah,
I am mildly excited for it.
mildly.
My
Like
excite-
you were exceptionally excited for Wildlands.
Well, I was very excited for Wildlands, and then Wildlands happened, and I want to still be excited for Breakpoint, and damn it, I will still be excited for Breakpoint, but I am scared that Ubi are gonna just fuck it. The more news I hear about it, the less excited I get. I was reading about the stuff today, and it's going to be essentially another Ubi live service. I was like, oh god, I don't need that.
Yeah, you do.
There's going to be no AI teammates, but there is going to be 4-player co-op. Well, I like my teammates. You completely change the way I play if I go from solo to co-op. You know, I've got the Division for that. Whereas all the Ghost Recon games, you've always had a team that you've been able to control. You know, some more successfully than others. And for all its faults, the AI control in Wildlands is usually pretty decent. But to suddenly turn it into a single player or to a solo experience, unless you get your mates in, well, I'm less excited. And I was saying this to you the other day, wasn't I? So I'm really glad that it comes out 2 weeks before EGX, because I legitimately can't afford
pay
it.
for it.
Well, I can't. I've got EGX to pay for. You know, I need food money and beer money and beer money and beer money.
Yeah, and just like Lee tax.
Yeah. So I need money in my pocket for that. I can't go spend and it's a Ubi game. It's going to be the best way to get it. Is going to be to get some super duper funky deluxe edition, so you can get all the extra DLC bits, and you can get all the especially now, you need to get the XP booster, because if you don't get that, you're going to be crippled halfway through the game. All that kind of bollocks. So you need to get a super duper edition. That's a 70, 80, 90 quid game. I can't do that 2 weeks before fucking jolly off out of London for a week. Not a chance. So, we'll get EGX out of the way. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll be playable there in more than just beta form, which I have signed up for. Yeah, and maybe get it in November in a sale somewhere. Because it's a Ghost Recon game, it won't be expensive for long. They never are.
You're not wrong. I don't think I've ever played a Ubisoft game where it's been finished.
No.
I was going to say even Watch Dogs, but I actually really enjoyed playing Watch Dogs the first one when it came out. Really enjoyed playing that. And but although it did get to a point where it was straight up, I'm only playing this just to finish it now.
Yeah, well, Watch Dogs had the same. I've said this a dozen times as well. Watch Dogs had the thing that Assassin's Creed does to me: is I get 2/3 of the way through trying to be a completionist, and then go, I am so fucking bored of this same side mission over and over again. I'm just going to get the story out of the way and be done with it.
Yeah,
it's why I don't, trophy hunt on games anymore, because it requires me to spend far too much time doing frustrating, boring, nonsensical shit that I just don't want to do. So I'm quite happy to not.
To be fair, looking at the map on Ghost Recon does not fill me with the same kind of dread. Because the map's a lot bigger, you're not getting fucking eye-raped, but at the same time it's also limited with like fog of war.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing once I start clearing the map out a little bit, it's going to get worse.
There's not much in the way of collectibles. So there's intel and info on each person in each. We'll get onto this when we talk about fucking what we've been playing. But each area's got intel and stuff about the area. So there are collectibles in a way, but there's nothing hidden. If you want to clear everything up, it won't take you long. It just feels like it's taking a long time because you have to travel quite a distance between places, and nothing happens in any of that distance. it's a bit like when you have to, travel across the map in Far Cry. Fuck all happens in the time you're driving, and it can be so boring.
Yeah. Well, I think again, yeah, we'll talk about it more from what we've been playing. But I think the only time that the driving's actually been entertaining is when I was driving.
Well, that's because you can't drive.
No, I think it was more because I was bored and was intentionally trying to drift the car on straight roads.
How do you excuse the fucked up helicopter?
That was me not realizing that there was a building there, and the aeroplane was because the way the flying in the fucking aeroplanes is awful.
Yes,
and
it is.
The water got very close.
I did try and warn you. I did warn you that flying in the aeroplane was going to be the worst thing you ever did.
Yeah, and then I tried to, but it doesn't help that it doesn't give you any kind of plan
No.
of how to get to the fucking runway. You just fly towards it, and then it's like, oh, by the way, the runway's 90 degrees to the direction you're traveling. Thanks, game, for giving me that heads up 5 minutes ago. So you try and turn it around, and then you just hit the floor.
Yep. Love games.
Yeah, but just if you had enough time from takeoff to when you're flying in the air to actually go through and change the settings on the fucking control systems that they're all the same,
Yeah.
rather than half the games having inverted controls and other halves using the thumbsticks for different things. God damn it, just uniform it.
Yeah. Yeah, they never will. Got to keep you on your toes, mate. Got to keep you on your toes.
It doesn't help that the flying mechanic's different from Far Cry to fucking Ghost Recon. It's the
Yep.
same company.
I love it. It's so fucking frustrating. Do you reckon that's it then? No other?
I don't think so. There's no,
No?
can't. Honestly, I don't think there's been any other news.
Literally just going to sit here twiddling our thumbs until E3.
Well, like I said, we'll get the generic leaks between now and E3 where they tell us half of the games that are going to be there because someone can't keep their mouth shut, or documents somehow manage to find their way outside of the fucking wall.
Yeah. Yeah, it always happens. But yeah, I suppose we should move on then, mate.
Yeah.
So tell us, buddy, what have you been playing? Or have you
So-
been playing something that isn't Ghost Recon Wildlands?
Honestly, no. I think all of the games that I've played in the last 2 weeks
Yeah.
have been games we've spoken about before at length in every possible way. I think just because I'm struggling to pick games up.
Yeah.
I say I've not played anything new. I have played something new
Go on.
because I've played the Golf Club 2019 PGA Tour edition.
That was the thing that came on Games for Gold.
Yeah, so that was the Games with the Gold on Wednesday last week. I
Okay.
had it downloaded and I've played maybe 2 courses and attempted a third, but had to retire because it was a fucking ball ache just trying to do anything.
Yeah.
It plays better than the old Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy games. It's more simulated based.
Okay.
Because it's more simulated based. If you make a mistake, which is really fucking easy, the game punishes you hard.
Hmm.
So the main shots, easy as fuck. As soon as you try and do anything a bit more complicated, the game punishes you
Yeah.
if you fuck it up. But it gets harder with the more difficult shots. So like the wind, you're trying to counter the wind and stuff like that. But the putting mechanic is fucking atrocious.
Fair enough.
It's got the generic grid form to tell you which way that the lie of the green is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you how hard to pull back the bat and to hit it. So you kind of just have to half guess
Yeah.
the amount of power to put on it. And then if you hit it too hard, you just launch the ball down the other end of the fucking map.
Nice.
If you don't hit it hard enough, it barely moves.
Fair enough.
So there is a massive learning curve. But unfortunately, don't think I'm going to be able to play it enough to really learn from that learning curve. Because Rory McIlroy had this great feature where you select what you want the ball to do when you're playing your shot. You choose the distance that you really want it to go, and then it would automatically select the power for you to hit it at that distance,
Yeah.
or what it is that you want to do, and you would just go full swing every time, and it would work.
Okay.
This one, you kind of have to try and work it out yourself, but it doesn't give you any guide. So when you pull the stick back, it doesn't fill a bar up or anything. You just pull the stick back and push it forward again.
Yeah.
There's no visual aid to help whatsoever, which I think's probably the most important thing to have in a golf game, is a visual aid to know what it is that you're doing, aside from where the stick is in your hands.
Okay.
So it's a bit too difficult for a beginner or someone to just pick it up and play it. It's fun, but I don't think any of my friends will pick it up to play it. Like, we've had casual games of Rory McIlroy golf in the past. I don't think any of my friends will probably play this game enough to make it worthwhile keeping if I don't play it significantly.
I think you've probably got more of a chance of me playing FIFA.
Probably. So, what have you played, Mr. B?
Mate, I've only played one game the last 2 weeks, and that's because I got all excited about Ghost Recon Breakpoint, so I reinstalled Ghost Recon Wildlands.
For the 5th time.
Third time. This is the third time I've installed it. I own fucking everything for that game. So you hit install, and obviously on the Xbox it just shows you everything it's going to install. So you can see like the pre-order DLC, and then like the year 1 pass, and all the DLC that came for that, and then the year 2 pass, and then all the stuff that came for that. I was like, fucking hell, I spent a fortune on this game. I really should finish it just to justify what must have totaled up to about 100 quid's worth of game so far.
And the fact there's a sequel coming out that you want to buy.
Well, this is it. As much as I've bitched and moaned and griped about Ghost Recon Wildlands, I love Ghost Recon games. Tom Clancy games, if you had to call them that, Tom Clancy games would be my guilty pleasure. Yeah, I don't really believe in the idea of a guilty pleasure, but Tom Clancy games just have me. I had the same kind of thing with like crap military TV. Like the Unit back in the day. I fucking adored the Unit. It was crap, but I loved it. Not Navy SEAL, SEAL Team now, the thing with David Boreanaz. Utter garbage. I fucking love it. It's just the kind of shit I just adore. And I don't know why, I absolutely love dumbass military and pseudo-military nonsense.
I'm the same with cop shows. Like, really shitty American cop shows, and that's why I think I love Battlefield Hardline, because that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. It was like playing fucking Law and Order.
Yeah.
Or Blue Bloods.
I was gonna say it's probably a little lower brow than both of those.
Yeah. But it was just Tom Clancy games are just fun, and I really like that kind of just slightly near future where it all looks real and relatable, but there's some really fucking cool tech that you get to play with.
Yeah.
You know.
I suppose that's always the good thing about the fact that you can go, it's a futuristic shooter, where in reality we've got the guns that are around today because no one's making new stuff, really, because guns are guns. You can't really make them any better.
No.
Considering the most reliable gun in the world is the fucking AK-47.
Yeah.
Which is older than time itself.
But it's not quite futuristic enough to be, Deus Ex.
Yeah, you're not seeing laser guns everywhere. No. You're not seeing guns that look like they shouldn't be guns. But you've got the ability to just have a tiny drone.
Yeah, but I get to make an enormous tattooed up dude with a ponytail and a beard and a Predator t-shirt who sneaks around killing everybody with a hyper advanced drone and shit like that, and it's fun. So I really want to play Breakpoint, and because it's a sequel to a piece of DLC, I kind of really need to at least finish the DLC. But I kind of feel I should now at this point 2 years after the goddamn game's come out. I should get on and finish this fucking game. It's annoying that I've only just discovered what I actually have to do to finish the game. Which I think when I finished it, I might wipe my save and restart it and see if it actually explains what I have to do. Because I don't remember it doing it, and I started this game twice now. Because as you zoom out of the map, you get kind of... you'll be on like your little area of the map, and you'll zoom out and you'll see all the different regions, and each region has a person in control of it, and then you zoom out a little bit more, and those people end up on this kind of spider diagram thing that all kind of... So you have like 4 or 5 people, like low level guys, who surround a slightly higher low level guy, who then connects to an underboss, who then connects to the big bad boss, El Sueño, right? So when you zoom all the way out, there are 4 of these kind of arms to this thing. So there are 4 underbosses connected to the big bad guy, and then each of those underbosses has like another underboss, and then 4 or 5 little subordinates. So I kind of thought, well, I just have to wipe all these out. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my starting area, and I'll just clear out that area, and then clear out the areas around it, and then clear out the areas around that. It turns out that I only actually have to get rid of 2 of these people to get to the big boss and finish the game. But the problem is, I've done everything so fucking methodically that I would have done... if I'd have just done the game as it is supposed to be done, I'd be more than halfway done by now. But now I've just cleared out like 2 areas from each corner, as opposed to 2 or 3 areas in some cases from each corner, and instead of... I would have cleared 1 by now and been half done with the other and nearly finished. So I've spent hours on this goddamn game, and I've only just hit the halfway mark.
I mean, it's not like you've not had the game for 3 years and attempted to play it multiple times. That really probably didn't help you in any way going forwards.
I did have that moment, and it's very similar to the moments I had with Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, where you just kind of go, really? I've still got this far to go. It's almost like those moments where it looks like the story's about to end, and then it doesn't. And then it just keeps going, and you're like, oh, you motherfucker. But I've been playing it in very short bursts. Like I said earlier, I've been really fucking busy, and I don't necessarily mean like doing stuff, but there's been a lot of films I've wanted to watch. There's been a lot of TV I've been wanting to watch. A lot of stuff I've been wanting to do. You know, end of next week, I think the HBO show Deadwood gets its movie finally.
Woo!
It's been a little while since I've watched Deadwood, so we're slowly rewatching Deadwood. We've also, obviously we've had Game of Thrones. We're watching Happy. We finally caught up on the 11th, I want to say, second to last season of The Big Bang Theory, because it's on Netflix and we've been behind. We're trying to get done with season 5 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine now that that's on Netflix, and all of this stuff I can do with my wife. The problem is, playing Ghost Recon I can't. She doesn't play games, and she has no interest in games, and doesn't want to watch me stealthing my way through, yet another camp filled with, Bolivian people that need to die. It's not fun to watch that. So I've been playing it like, okay, she's taken the little one off to bed, so I'll do a mission. Or they've gone out, they've gone over the park, I'll do a mission. I'm home early and I've finished cleaning the house and they're not here yet. Let's whack it on for half hour. And as such, I've been quite ruthless in how I've played. So I've gone, right, well, I'm just going to go do that mission and fuck everything up and then leave. Quickest mode of transport, helicopter. Right, fast travel to somewhere with a helicopter. Grab helicopter, fly to mission, do mission, leave. And that way, I'm not burning myself out And actually, I found I've gotten through a couple of, the big story chunks quite quickly. And some of the cutscenes with the story bits of the game are quite fun. I was telling you about it earlier. I had a really satisfying mission yesterday, or over the last couple of nights, let's say. A woman who just calls, I think, like the Santa Muerte priestess or something. She basically kind of coerces people into being sicarios for this cartel by saying she's controlled or can control the god of death or whatever.
Yeah.
So you basically spend 4 missions fucking her shit up to a point where the big bad guy doesn't trust her anymore, so he kidnaps her and is going to execute her publicly just to show his, just as a show of strength. So, and your character just goes, "Cool, so we're done here, yeah?" And then the woman who's giving you your mission goes, "No, you're going to go rescue her." But it was such a cool rescue mission. Yeah, everything just kind of fit into place, and I spent, it took me 10 minutes, but for somebody that loves playing stealth games and loves choosing the stealth option if they can, I felt like such a badass by the time I got to the end of the mission. I was like, this is why I fucking play Ghost Recon games. If every other mission can feel that good, I'm going to get through this quite nicely, and it will be kind of cool. But it kind of needs to hurry its ass up, because I've got Rage 2 sitting, waiting for me to play. And I want to play Dishonored again. And, yeah. But that's it, mate. That's all I've been playing. And, of course, I got to play with you for a couple of missions, which was fun.
Yeah. I think the playing with each other thing aspect kind of has one slight downside, is that the second you play with one other person, you completely lose the AI teammates.
Yeah.
I feel like playing on your own and you get the 4 teammates is probably more beneficial than playing with one other person.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
Oh, yeah.
And beyond that, I think playing with the 4 teammates is probably more beneficial than playing with 4 people that you actually know, especially when you have people who actually know, like me, who would spend more time dicking about,
yeah,
than helping.
Yeah, see, I don't mind the dicking about. It does, as much as I hate that kind of scripted multiplayer nonsense that you get at E3, like, The Division works really well dicking around. Ghost Recon kind of feels like you need the 4 people and the organisation and the actual, to be that fucking nerd where someone has to go, yeah, you be up here on Overwatch with a decent sniper rifle, and I'm going to go around here, and you go around there, and the other one can go in the front. It feels like it needs that.
Yeah.
Which we don't do. We just fucked around. It was fun, but we fucked around.
Yeah. It did help that a lot of what we were doing was mostly just messing around mission-wise.
Yeah.
We weren't doing anything specific. Well, apart from that one mission where we spent quite a long time trying to sort it out, and then it was like the last 3 enemies, and then I fucked it up.
Yeah.
But it was like the last 3 enemies.
We had one. We failed a couple of times, didn't we? Like, really quite badly fucked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That was mostly just from trying to bite off more than we can chew.
Yeah.
Especially when every character is really fucking squishy.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with that game. That's why I quite like the AI, and I'm ranking up my AI teammates to be decent killers, because you can get swarmed pretty quick in that game. Even on the lower difficulties, it can become quite a handful. Yeah, especially you got like cars full of people coming at you. And yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. It's not like Far Cry 5 was a pain if you built your character for stealth and then you ended up in a gunfight. You could get royally fucked pretty quick. it's not quite that bad with Ghost Recon. Although because I tend to have a sniper rifle and a assault rifle, I've only then got one assault rifle if I do get into a proper firefight and I get caught up, that means I've got to actually reload and not empty clip and then just switch weapon because it's quicker.
Yeah, I think I was the same. I was running around with the sniper rifle and then the good old-fashioned G36.
Yeah.
Until I found a random gun on the floor, which was better than the G36, and I just used that instead, and then I lost it when we finished the mission story.
Yep.
That really fucking annoyed me. I was really, really invested in running around with this gun with its variable zoom scope.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and I lost it. I got really sad. Yeah.
See, my sniper rifle is just called the BFG, and I can't not have it because it's called the BFG.
It's a good reason to have a gun.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm anywhere remotely close to that far where I can actually use multiple weapons. I think I've only got access to maybe 2 sniper rifles.
Yeah.
I think I've also only got access to like 2 pistols.
So when you do decide to, I found where one of the best sniper rifles is. You can actually Google it. If you Google like best sniper rifle Ghost Recon Wildlands, it will direct you to a mine. Where there's a weapons case with an amazing sniper rifle in it.
That's cool.
It is in a fucking hard area, so you have to do a bit of sneaking because you are very squishy and you're not prepared for that area at the beginning of the game. But it does make it quite easy as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think that maybe getting access to the best sniper rifle in the game is probably something you should be reserved for when you're a bit further along than the first fucking area.
Oh yeah, it just depends on what you want to do. So if you do want to just be, a little bit OP and clear out areas quickly, that's the way to do it. Me, although I play stealth, I also kind of play assault. So I got an M4 and just kept putting upgrades onto it as I got them. Now my M4 is pretty badass and silenced.
Yeah, I think the one thing that came away from playing with you versus when I was playing with my friends on it, that were over leveled for what it was they were doing, and I was hilariously under leveled, was that I was still able to stealth around with you, and I wasn't being immediately targeted straight away as soon as I sneezed or farted near the fucking area.
No, but I do like to aggro people in Wildlands, which probably helped. But I literally, mate, I have nothing else to say about Wildlands. I desperately hope that I'm finished it by the next time we record, because otherwise it's going to be a really boring episode.
I hope to actually maybe play something different by the time we get around to the next episode, but it's one up there with the possibility that I haven't played anything else.
Yeah, it's half term next week, so I might get some time to play. I got people round at the weekend, so won't be playing anything at the weekends.
No.
And then we roll into a month where not only am I not actually doing stuff at weekends, but I'm probably going to be working most of them because we've got a lot of shit coming up. So yeah, I don't know. I hope to have it finished. I'd like it finished. I'd like to do that, and then I've got so I'd like to finish the story, and then I'd like to do the Splinter Cell DLC and the John Bernthal DLC.
Nice.
And then be done with it.
I never ever need to touch it again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If you just waited until like this week to start playing it, you probably would have saved a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you'd be the same tight sort of distance into the game.
Yeah. At least I intend on finishing this one at some point, unlike Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Which I may as well just rolled a joint with the money and smoked it.
It would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Actually, I did play a bit of Red Dead Redemption at the weekend.
Yeah.
Just because they've updated the online. So there's slightly more content in the online. I don't know if it's still in beta, as they call it, or if it's actually not in beta, but it's been a really fucking long time. So Yeah, can't say it's any better or worse. I don't think I actually played any of the missions. I just went around and did some more fishing, shot a couple of animals.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
I was playing with some friends, so we were literally just doing that,
Yeah.
just going around shooting animals and taking their skins and fishing, because that's all you really can do in the online multiplayer stuff on a Rockstar game is you just fuck about. There's
Yeah.
nothing else to do aside from messing around. At least we're not kids in the actual streets doing those things.
True. Very true. Yeah. It does get bad, you know. Streets of Milton Keynes. Not much fishing around here. There's a little bit.
Lots of animals. I had to fuck. This is going to be completely left field. I had to chase a cat today.
In Red Dead Redemption 2 or in
No,
Milton
no,
Keynes?
in real life. My sister was driving home tonight,
Okay.
and there's a cat just standing in the middle of the road because there was like some leftover chicken from the nearby chicken shop or something just on the floor in the middle of the road, and this
Yeah.
cat was just eating that chicken. And then the car coming in the opposite direction. My sister sees the cat and the cat doesn't move. She gets really close to the fucking thing and it still hasn't moved, still eating. Car coming in the opposite direction and the cat literally is still just sitting in the middle of the road. Neither cars are moving. So
Yeah.
I get out, walk towards the cat. It fucking legs it like 3 feet away. The other car goes and the cat's just standing there. Like, so I was like, then I had to chase it further down the fucking street.
Nice.
As soon as I got back in the car and pulled away, and like 3 other cars disappeared because they got really fucking pissed off. Cat walks back into the middle of the fucking street and starts eating again.
Lovely.
It's like proper death wish fucking cunt.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And so, with stories of cats in Milton Keynes, I think
Yeah,
that might be us wrapping up, mate. In what
yeah.
must be the shortest episode we've ever done.
Some not well, it's just shy of an hour, I guess.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty much covered.
Yeah. I think... I don't know, let me just check the calendar. Let me see where we are.
22nd of May.
I do. E3 2019. E3 2019. Most recent, June 2018. That's not what I'm looking for. Shite bags. So June 11th to 13th. So where are we now? So, our next episode is going to be the week before E3. So our next episode will be our pre-3 episode.
Yay, pre-3.
And I
There
am
might be
not.
some rumours by then.
Yeah, maybe. I am not doing E3 this year. I'm not doing E3 podcasts.
No.
I will watch the shows that are on at a reasonable hour. Like the Xbox
Yeah.
one's usually Sunday night. You know, Sunday
I'm
evening.
not staying up until 2 in the morning to watch fucking Ubisoft.
No, for sure. I might get up slightly early so I can watch the stream of the Bethesda one. Because I am excited for Bethesda. I'm not excited for much else. But I am excited for Bethesda. Mainly because Doom. Not only Doom, we will definitely talk about this more next episode, but not only Doom, but Rage is out. They've got Elder Scrolls. There's been nothing new. So we had DLC from Arcane last year, the moon-based thing for Prey. I'm hoping something new from Arcane. I'm hoping for more Dishonored, to be honest.
Be nice.
But I'll take another
For you,
Prey,
anyway.
because it'll be an excuse to play Prey. Another game I own and never finished. But yeah, so next episode, mate, is going to be our pre-3 episode. So I might, middle of next week, start pushing out like tweets and things just to get some stuff from other people. See if there's anybody interested in anything that might come out of E3 this year.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's excited for E3 this year because
No, I don't think they are.
I think E3 is falling apart. I think it's
Well,
there is
Officially,
there's
there's no Nintendo. Officially, there's no EA. Now officially there's no Sony.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with Xbox, UB, Beth, Devolver Digital, and the PC Game Show.
Yep.
Now, Devolver Digital is basically a piss take show the entire way through. It's there to take the piss out of E3 as a show. You know what? If it ain't the last one, I reckon next year might be the end of E3 if it carries on like this.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it was falling apart, so they opened it up to the public, and then it fell apart faster.
Yeah, the public don't need to be at something like that. There are a million other game shows. So there's obviously for us there's EGX, there's Gamescom, there's TGS, Paris Game Show. Yeah, there's Penny Arcade, PAX.
Yeah, PAX.
Yeah,
Pretty sure PAX even have 2 events.
Yeah, there's a PAX East and a PAX West, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's plenty of game stuff over there. You don't need to invite the public into E3, but at the same time, you don't need a fucking press exclusive event like E3. Not in a day where we can catch everything online.
Yeah, when considering the fact that everything that is on E3 for press release stuff is also cast out, usually on literally any company's own channel.
Yep.
On YouTube or Twitch or whatever the fuck it is platform they want to do, probably both. Or even for Microsoft, they've just shove it on the Xbox app that they've got. Pretty much means that people don't need to have specific weekends set aside for that. Okay, yeah, maybe it's nice to have loads of announcements all at once, and that's one of the few things they've got going for them, is the fact that you do get a whole weekend's worth of announcements at once.
Yeah.
But 90% of the stuff that's announced at E3 had been announced in the weeks prior to E3, and this is just them showing off stuff they've already told us about.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be worth... It's certainly not worth wasting my last few days of annual leave on.
No.
So,
definitely not.
No. But yeah. That's us. I think that's us done.
Yep.
I don't know what's about on anything at the moment, so is there anything you want to recommend?
I'm going to recommend Comic Jumper, because that's gone Games with Gold. It's an Xbox 360 arcade title.
Okay.
It was on May 16th to the 31st, so they've got like a week, if that. It's one of the Madcap games, so the guys that made Splosion Man and Ms. Splosion Man.
Oh yeah.
So it's a meta game where you're a character that is trying to save your own poorly selling game.
Yeah.
Say game, just like comic. So you're literally just jumping through your comic trying to fix the problems within the comic books.
Yeah.
So it's like all kinds of different genres in it. Yeah. And it's the guys that made Splosion Man, which fucking Splosion Man is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I'll go with going on to Games of Gold soon. I think it might be this week. Dead by Daylight, which is a horror-themed multiplayer game.
Ooh.
It's kind of fun. It's in the same kind of vein as the Friday the 13th game. It's not bad. I've only played it a little bit. I've not played it a lot. Now it's on Games of Gold. I might not Games of Gold, on Game Pass. I might download it and play it some more.
I think I've watched some Twitch streaming of Dead by Daylight. It's like some really gnarly horror characters that you can play as.
Yeah, they've got the licensing for a few big names as well. I'm pretty sure Ash from Evil Dead is in it.
Awesome.
Which just makes me want to play it more. But it's that 4v1 thing. I don't know what do they call it? Asymmetric.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the Friday the 13th will Revolve kind of gameplay. But yeah, it's fun. I think it's a couple of years old, so I don't know what the online's going to be like.
I think it's, from what I watched, it was literally you're either new playing the game and not very good, or you are like tier 1.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's how all multiplayer games turn out, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, after a year or so, and then the high level guys hang around, and the new guys don't because they're sick of being battered by the high level guys.
Yeah, I think they've sorted out their ranking system though on it now, so it's literally the top tier of
Yeah,
people who literally play it as their job, and then there's just everyone else who is nowhere near that level.
yeah, yeah. Always the way. But yeah, that's us done, mate. I think. So I think we should call it a night.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Cool. So before we go anywhere, mate, where can people find you if they want to see your opinions or hear your opinions on stuff?
My opinions don't really matter, but I am the John_CU on Twitter, and Long Dong Silver is Xbox Live.
Cool. I am Brooker411 on Twitter, and that's pretty much the only place I spend any great deal of time bitching and moaning about fucking all sorts. Yeah, that's me. And as a team, if you don't want to see us individually, as a team, we are at Character Unlock on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Come follow us, come find us, chat to us if you want. Why not?
We don't bite.
We don't. We usually reply at some point. Don't think we're rude. We both have jobs where we're not allowed social media during the day. So, and it tends to be a lot of catching up about 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah. Yeah, that's almost exactly how it is. Is that we'll get a message or something, and then it's like maybe 6 hours later we reply.
Oh, it's hilarious because one of the sites I do a little bit of writing for, so they've started using like Facebook Workplace. Have you come across this?
No?
So Workplace it's basically like, oh, I've forgotten the fucking Google one. But it doesn't matter. But it's basically it's like a collaboration tool.
Hangouts.
No, not quite Hangouts. Slack.
Okay.
It's basically Facebook for collaborating. So it's Facebook without all the annoying ads.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But me
Corporate Facebook message.
Yeah, kind of. So me and the guy who runs the site are kind of having a conversation. I'm trying to find out if I can review a film. And literally, the conversation went, is anyone reviewing this? No one's put their name down for it. Can I put my name down for it? Yeah, go on then. 4 messages.
Yep.
Took 2 days.
Yep.
Because I don't have access to this thing because it's social media. I don't have access to it at work. You know, I can't use my phone at work. It's just... And he's busy most evenings because he's running a website. He's running a company. You know, he's got stuff to do. So yeah, we're not being rude if we don't answer because you message us during the day. We'll talk to you somewhere between like 5 in the evening and bedtime. So
bedtime.
He says he's about to stop recording and start editing for the night and hopefully squeeze in another episode of Deadwood before bed. But yeah, that's us done until next episode in a couple of weeks, where we'll be discussing all things E3.
Yeah, we will.
That's us done for the week, mate. So, say goodnight,
Awesome.
buddy.
Ciao.
Ciao?
Ciao.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Sticking with it.